Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Narc Free Formula. My name's Freedom. Thank you for joining me. Tonight's episode is about marriage and what narcs think of marriage. Before I start, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe and hit the notifications button as well, and feel free to share as widely as possible. So what I'm going to do just quickly is I'm going to discuss marriage through the lens of 3 different stages. So for people who are thinking about marrying a narcissist, for those already married to a narcissist, and for those who are separated from a narcissist. So the first thing is, if you are engaged to a narcissist, the number one thing that you need to know is this: narcissists do not commit themselves to anyone. Don't confuse convenience with commitment. You could quite literally spend 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of your life being his punching bag, taking all of his emotional abuse, feeding him, sleeping with him, cleaning up after him. And the second that he finds someone that he thinks is good enough to replace you, and he will try it on, don't worry about that. He'll be trying people on. He's probably already trying people on. As soon as he finds someone who is easier than you, will take more than you, will give more than you, you will be gone. They do not commit to anyone. They can spend time with people. As I said, that is just convenience. That doesn't mean that they are loyal or faithful. It doesn't mean that they are looking after you, that they have your best interest at heart. It just means it's convenient for them to have someone who gives them sex, who cleans up after them, and does it all for free. Okay, you're convenient. If you're thinking about marrying them, that is all that you are ever going to be, is just a convenience. They do this marriage as a future faking. Okay, it's part of the future faking. They do it when you're in this stage of the relationship. They do it particularly to make you think that what you have is real. And so you'll put in the extra work. You'll go the extra mile. You'll take, that bit extra of their bullshit. You'll give them excuses for their behavior, because you're married or you're going to be married. Okay, it's a con. Don't fall for it. Okay, for those of you who are already married, you probably already know what I just said. You know that it's more often than not a way for the narcissist to move ahead in the world. So you might have property, you might have income, you might have contacts. You obviously were a step up from their last form of supply. That's why they got with you in the first place. And they singled you out for a reason. And if you're still married to them, they are still getting some form of supply from you. I've just got some notes here, so just bear with me, darlings. Oh, yeah, okay, of course. Another part of when they're married is they're actually using that to create a persona. Okay, because it's easier to get around other people, so other women, when you're a married man, because you are considered to be, worthy enough of being married. So, it's obviously it's harder for single men to get for single men to get women than it is for a married man to get women, purely because of that factor. Women look and see, well, he's single, what's wrong with him? Whereas if they look at a married man, or they look at a man who's separated, they think, oh, she loved him. She thought he was good enough to be married to. And there's that whole kind of, I said future faking thing, that goes on, this idealization of marriage as an ideal. But anyone who's been married to a narcissist knows that it's just nothing more than a nightmare, an absolute freaking nightmare, because once you're trapped, you're in a continual state of devaluation, love bombing, devaluation, love bombing, until the final discard happens. And that ain't pretty, because then you got to rebuild your life, and you shredded self-esteem, and your reality gets destroyed so quickly when you all of a sudden all the rose-tinted glasses comes off and you see them for who they really are. So for those of you who are separated right now, I suggest, if you haven't already, it's time to burn the wedding photos, get rid of your wedding dress, get rid of the rings, anything that you have that reminds you of them and your marriage. Get rid of it. It's time to face the fact. It was an illusion. There was no commitment there. It was just convenience. The minute you stopped giving them what they wanted, when they wanted, how they wanted it, what happened? They went and sought new supply from somewhere else. That's not a sign of commitment. That's not a sign of loyalty. And these guys, they're all about loyalty. They're always telling everyone, oh, I'm so loyal and I'm this and I'm that. But look at the pattern of behavior. Look at the ex-wives and the ex-girlfriends. If no one wants to talk to him, if everyone hates him, if people got AVOs against him, these are the things you need to be paying attention to if you're thinking about getting involved with a narcissist. And as I said, if you get married to one, if you've got anything worth stealing, they will take it. Because what happens instantly when you get involved with a narcissist is they set up joint bank accounts. They create this sense of what is theirs is theirs. That's really clear. You're not supposed to touch their things. Their belongings are theirs. Their possessions, their money is theirs. But what's yours is theirs also. And that, as I said, once you marry them, that actually, becomes an issue with law. So you have to be careful, because they are quite predatory in nature. And, they lie and they cheat and they steal. Why anyone would think about marrying a narcissist is just beyond me. But obviously there are still some people out there who don't know how to read the signs and signals. Hopefully, as time progresses, there'll be more and more information available to people, and they will be able to actually see what a narcissist truly is. But my number one takeaway tip from this is just stop and consider that convenience is not commitment. Just because you're sleeping in the same bed with him doesn't mean he's committed. Okay? Just because he says you're his girlfriend or his fiance, or he lets you sit in the passenger side of his car, doesn't mean he's committed. None of this means he's loyal, because he's not loyal. I have had the benefit of hindsight. I have been in a relationship for over a decade. I, like most people at the time, was blinded, by love, by manipulation, by what I was being told, by the tricks and the manipulation games that narcissists play. Right? They mess with your head. They isolate you. They keep you away from your friends and your family. They put you under pressure. You're always walking on eggshells. You never really know what's going on, and it's hard to figure things out when you're in that state. I got married to someone who, the signs now, when I look back, the signs were all there. The engagement ring was cheap. The way he proposed was just pathetic. The fact that he didn't want to spend money on the actual wedding itself, and the thing was, because I don't believe in spending money on weddings anyhow, it kind of worked out well. He was lucky. But, if these are the things that you need to look at, if they're not wanting to spend money on the wedding, it's probably because they're not actually valuing the wedding. Or if they do spend money, it's because they want to put on a big facade and show everyone how much money they've got, and you're the token bride, the what is it, the trophy bride on their arm. I mean, it's just, the whole thing is an illusion. None of it is what it seems. So for anyone who's thinking about marrying a narcissist, think twice. There is no happy endings with a narcissist. It always ends the same. It always ends the same. And that is with the discard. Okay, I think that's about it for now. I just wanted to do a short one. Let me just have a quick check of my notes. Yeah, that's it for now. I'll probably do another video later on either this evening or tomorrow. So if you enjoyed the video, like I said, please hit the like button and subscribe, and let me know in the comments. I'm really interested to hear about people's experience with narcissists. If you've been married to a narcissist, would you agree that convenience is not commitment? Let me know in the comments. Thanks, guys. See ya.